Good afternoon, and this is JU-Ice saying, what's up, people? How y'all doing out there? It's a beautiful day here in Orlando. It's 80, it's 80 something degrees. It's going into the 90s. Maybe it's in the 90s right now because it's hot. But I'm standing here, as you can see, on the balcony. This is on my floor, so I just came out to put the garbage in the chute. So I decided to shoot me a video. And just want to say thank God for waking up this morning. The funny thing about this morning, I must have been tired. I don't know if I went to bed late. I don't know. I don't even think I went to bed late. But I had to been tired. I don't know because I woke up like 10:28 this morning. You know what I'm saying? First of all, I woke up like around 6 something. And then I decided to lay back down and then I fell off asleep again. But then the next time I woke up was 10, I think it was 10:28 in the morning. And my body was feeling a little tired, like lazy like. So I just decided to get up because I don't like to sleep the whole day. I don't like to waste the whole day. So I got up and started grooming myself for the day, you know what I'm saying? So today I'm wearing purple, as you can see. Princess color, purple rain, purple, you know. And I'm wearing my shorts. And, oh, I wanted to tell y'all, all those mangoes that I had, oh my God, they weren't ripe, but then some of them got ripe. Well, they got ripe, but a few of them like spoiled. I saw these little dark marks on them, so I threw them out. I don't know. The last time I had gotten mangoes, they weren't ripe. They were green, but when they got ripe, they didn't spoil or nothing like that. So maybe this was from some of the different trees or whatever. I don't know. Anyway, but they taste good. You know what I'm saying? I have like 5 left. I was gonna take some to my granddaughters in them, but it doesn't make sense because I threw out most of them, so I have like 5 left. So I can always buy them some. It doesn't really matter. And I don't think they mango lovers like I am. So I'm not a real mango lover, but I love mangoes, but not like that. Some people they gotta eat them all the time. I'm not like that. I just eat once in a while. So I had me one this morning. I had like 2 yesterday. You know what I'm saying? And I threw out a whole lot yesterday. But it's all good. I have like 5 left. But they okay. And as you can see, this is the lake, and it's mighty hot hanging over this railing. But there's a breeze, it feels so good right here. There's a shade and it feels so good. And another thing, see this waterfall right here? Well, there are 2, but this one right here, certain times when I come out here, I see a rainbow. And rainbows has a lot of different meanings, but they're especially good signs when you see them. They have good meanings. You could Google up the meaning because I can't tell you right now all the meanings. You know what I'm saying? But they're good luck when you see them. And once in a while, I catch. I might come out here and you don't see them that often, but once in a while, ladybugs. You know what I'm saying? They're beautiful. They come in different colors, and they also have meanings too. Some of them are for good luck. They have different meanings. You can Google it. So once in a while, when I come out here, I'll walk up on one, and then I'll look at it, and then it'll crawl on me or whatever. And when they crawl on you, it's supposed to be good luck, real good luck. So I guess I must have a lot of luck. Anyway, yeah, it's Monday and I'm chilling, this is the way to live when you're retired, you know what I'm saying? You just sit back and relax. Go out when you feel like going out. Try to enjoy your life. Do whatever. Eat when you want to, sleep how long you want to, all that kind of stuff, all that good stuff, exercise and stuff. Some people don't exercise, they just sit around and let age creep upon them. They don't really do nothing. But I just have to get up and get out. Lots of people tell me I don't look 65, but I am 65. But to be honest with you, I'm not even feeling it. You know what I'm saying? So I'm grateful. Also, I have good genes. I got them genes from my dad. Well, I guess from my mom too, but I feel mostly like from my dad because me and my brother, I'm the oldest out of seven, but me and my brother, we're the only two that our legs are shaped just like his mother's. Our grandmother, she passed away a long time ago. Sweet lady, I love her, I miss her. Last time I saw her was when I was 12 years old, leaving Barbados to come up here, and then I never seen her again. But the funny thing about it, I always remember the good times that I had with her. I used to have to sneak to go to her house because my great aunt, her and my great aunt, they were sisters, half sisters. My great aunt, she was light skinned and my grandmother was brown skinned. But they had some kind of feud between themselves, you know what I'm saying, for years. They died not even speaking. But I don't know what the feud was about. But my great aunt, she seemed to be a very nice person, but she was a person that liked to control, you know what I'm saying, dictate, rule, and all of that. But my grandmother, she was like a laid back person, nice, She didn't take no shit either, you know what I'm saying? But I don't know what they feud was about, but um I kind of, I think of myself, I look at myself, I feel like I'm like my grandmother, you know what I'm saying? Because a lot of things that I do and how I say things and act and stuff like that, I'm like her. But then I was also told she was my sign, so what else? I'm a Sagittarian, November, not December. And, you know, um, my great aunt, she was a Scorpio, but she was a very aggressive woman. She couldn't have no kids. She was barren. So, she used to, she favored boy children a lot, but she had a great liking to my sister, she didn't really care too much for girl children, but, she had a liking to my sister. I guess because she was her godmother, I don't know. But anyway, she has the same kind of demeanor like my great aunt, you know what I'm saying? But anyway, that's another story for another time. And like I was saying, like my great aunt, the good thing about her, because I had disliked this lady so much, but what I like, what I learned from her, I learned etiquette when I went to live at her house because my mom was in the United States, and another cousin, older cousin, was trying to get at me, you know what I mean? And I reported it to my mom's because I wasn't about to be making no babies or whatever, you know what I'm saying, getting into sexual activity or whatever, that kind of stuff. I don't know what the hell is wrong with these grown-ups, you know what I'm saying? Now and like back in the days, everybody, I don't know, everybody always want to get with the young girls, you know what I'm saying? They get with the older women, but they always want to get with the young girls, it doesn't even matter if they related to them or not. They just want to have a piece of you, right? And I guess I gave myself the right name because I don't know what was up with me because certain family members always wanted to get a piece of me. I don't know why. I was a little girl and the kind of stuff they would say to me, you know what I'm saying? But for some reason I just got my ass out of the situation. It was just one situation I couldn't get out of. I was 7 or 8. I already mentioned that in prior video, and that just fucked my head up for the rest of my life. But I'm good. I'm in a good place now. And I'm glad that I could speak on it now. And I'm always saying, mothers and fathers, look out for your kids and stuff like that. Even though they have mothers and fathers that's trying to do it to their kids anyway, and other family members, you know what I'm saying? You have to look out for your kids, make sure this kind of stuff don't happen to them, you know what I'm saying? Because it screws your head up for the rest of your life. It really messes you up. But, yeah, getting back to my great aunt, I learned a lot of etiquette from her. And she was a strong believer in that. She didn't play that shit with no man or woman trying to mess with with kids, you know what I'm saying? Because the minute she heard about it, she told my mom, oh no, because I was staying by my mom's stepmom. And my cousin, when he's dead now, much older. But anyway, he also died from prostate. Done had just about every damn woman, young girl in Charnots, you know what I'm saying? That's a part of area in Christchurch, Barbados. But anyway, thank God he didn't get me. Oh, anyway, my mother was up here and I wrote my mom a letter. I'm surprised that her stepmother, we call her Gran, I'm surprised that she even sent the letter off because, some people, they like to open up the letters to see what you're writing and stuff and hold them back. But for some reason, she sent it off. So my mom came back and she spoke with my Aunt Day, my great aunt, and told her the situation. Of course, she confronted my cousin, which was a much older man. She confronted him. He's dead now, thank God. And she confronted him and her stepmoms, but her stepmom, she was like, oh no, he wouldn't do that. She's lying. They quick to say you're lying. And then I said to her, well, how you weren't here? But she still said I was lying. Anyway, that's how it always go down. But for some reason, my mother believed me, and she spoke to my great aunt, and my great aunt told her, bring her ass up here. Bring her ass up here. That's how my great aunt was. She was aggressive. Big, strong lady. When I said big, I don't mean fat, but she was a strong woman. She didn't take no shit. And, my moms took me over there, pack up my stuff and took me over there. So that's how I ended up living in St. Philip. And, this lady, she was like, well off. Her husband was was a Caucasian man. He was a fisherman. Nice man. We call him Daddy. He's dead now too. But life was like a little better living over there. You know what I'm saying? It made us feel like we were rich. My sister, myself, and my brother. The three of us was living there, and then the other two were living at my grandmother's, like across the street, diagonal from each other. But it was so weird because these two sisters had this feud going on. So my great aunt didn't even want me to go over to her house to see her. You know what I'm saying? And I used to, oh my God, I'm a rebellious little girl, well, woman now. I used to sneak over there, and this woman, my great aunt, she would give me a beating when I get back. But I didn't care because that was my grandmother, and I loved her, you know what I'm saying? And I loved the way she cooked. I love her soup. I love her cuckoo. That's a famous dish in Barbados, made with cornmeal and okra, But I love the way she cooked. Even up to this day, I still have the taste in my mouth. I miss my grandmother so much. And it's so weird because when my dad passed away some years back, I can't remember the amount of years right now. I dreamt her, and I never dreamt my grandmother before. And I dreamt her, and it was a Labor Day in a dream. And funny thing about it, my dad died a couple of days before Labor Day, you know what I'm saying? So like I said, my dreams, they show me things that's gonna happen or whatever. I see things before it happened. But I was so grateful seeing her in the dream, you know what I'm saying? And in the dream, she held onto my hand and she asked me to get her some bread. But the funny thing about it, I didn't even get to give her the bread because I came out the dream so fast. But I tried to go back in to get it, but it just wouldn't come back. And I know that my father was getting ready to disappear, go meet her. And then a couple of days later is when my dad's other wife, called me and told me, she has to take him to the hospital. He wasn't feeling well. And when I went to see him, he thought he had gas, but it wasn't no gas. He was getting ready to disappear from off this earth. I don't know what they said he died from, because they didn't really say. And someone told me we should do an autopsy, but that's his wife. She was in charge of him. She didn't want to do it, so I don't know, who knows. But anyway, they didn't really find nothing wrong with him, you know what I'm saying? So I guess maybe he died from natural causes. But while he was laying on his hospital bed, in emergency, I went there and I saw him. And, I spoke to him. He was in and out of sleep, going in and going out, and talking in different tongues, you know what I'm saying? And this is something they say people do when they're going, they talk different, they say different things, and they act different and stuff like that. And my dad, all he wanted to do was climb out some window because he wanted to go home. And then, I paid attention to him. And then the nurse was like, oh, does he act like this at home? And, the wife said no, and I said no. And then she said, oh, he's talking all this strange stuff. And then after she left, I said to him, he opened his eyes and he looked at me. And then I told him about the dream with my grandmother, which is his mom. And then he came out and he said, you saw Gran? And I was like, yes. And he smiled. Mind you, him and his mom didn't speak for years. They didn't speak for years. Ever since he left Barbados to come to the United States. And he'd been up here for years. Him and his mom didn't speak. And then I found out from a cousin of mine that he didn't even treat his mom nice. He used to beat her and stuff like that. I never knew he was like that. I always used to think my dad was this nice person and everything. Come to find out, he abused my mom so much. My mom was in an abusive relationship for years. She was married to this man. She loved this man. She laid up there and had 7 kids for this man. But, my dad, he was a player, you know what I'm saying? He was nice looking. Always had the women, I heard so many stories about him. But one thing, he used to kill me with the laughter, because he always had a joke and his laughing and all that kind of stuff. But, lots of people had bad things to say about him. But, I witnessed him many times, beating my mother and stuff like that, So my mother went through a lot of abuse. My mother was abused, mentally and physically, He used to beat her. But my mother, I used to blame my moms, because I used to say, oh, you provoked him and all of that. I was younger then, but as I got older, and I see how things are happening with me, and I see other people go through stuff, I know now that she didn't really provoke him, That's the way how he was. He just used to abuse women, you know what I'm saying? Like to control and stuff like that. I just didn't see it as that. But in actuality, that's what it was, And this woman, I don't know how or why she stayed with him. I guess for love, but ain't no damn love in the world to stay with nobody like that, and they beating the shit out of you like that. You know what I'm saying? She went to church and stuff like that. She wanted him to go to her church, but he wasn't into going to her church. And she had jealousy in her and stuff like that. She was a Scorpio too. But I just used to blame her. But I got older and I realized, it wasn't all her fault. You know what I'm saying? He did a lot of wrong to her. But anyway, before she died, I spoke with her and stuff like that, and I confronted her about it, and I said to her, why did you stay with this man and have all these kids? You know what I'm saying? This man was doing all this to you and all of that. My dad had 3 wives. He got divorced from my mom, and my mom didn't even know that he divorced her. And then when she found out, through me, I told her, I said, yeah, he went and got a divorce. He didn't even tell you nothing. He paid for it. And, I know she must have felt bad, but she was like, I'm not changing my name. I'm just leaving my name the way how it is. You know what I'm saying? And there been times, my dad tried to come around to get back with her. You know what I'm saying? Not to get back with her like living in the house, but, just to lay up. And I used to get angry when I see he spend the night and stuff like that, because I was like, how the hell are you going to spend the night with this man and he doing all this different kind of stuff, you know what I'm saying? But I didn't say that to her. I was saying it to myself. But for some reason, they always turn out arguing, and then he would leave. So he didn't really got to spend the night, didn't get none or whatever. Anyway, that's the story of them. She's gone. He's gone. She's in a better place now. Thank God for Jesus. But I'm not going to let those kind of things happen to me. You know what I'm saying? Or to anyone that I know. So, when there's abuse in your family, like if your mom's was abused or something like that, it's logical that more than likely you would end up in kind of an abusive relationships yourself. You know what I'm saying? Because we all look at our parents and we kind of fall into the same traps that they fell into or whatever. You know what I'm saying? But you can overcome that. You know what I'm saying? You don't have to go the same route like what they went through. You know what I'm saying? You don't have to put up with stuff from people or nothing like that. I'm serious. I saw a lot of stuff growing up, you know what I'm saying? And it wasn't nothing I can do. But there was one time I saved my mom's ass. And I don't even think she was grateful for it, because she still didn't change the way how she felt about me. All the stuff she used to say. That was when we first came to the United States. We was living 500 Van Sicklen. And my mom had a habit of, if anybody called him, she go picking up the phone, listening, you know what I'm saying? And why does women do that? Or even why men do it, you know what I'm saying? Anyway, she always swear it was one of his friends. His name is Mackie. I don't know if he's dead or not, dead or alive, but he was in the United States for a long time. He used to always have his hair permed down, and he always dressed nice and stuff like that, dark skin. Anyway, it was him on the phone. But you know how us women are. We think if we have that feeling that the man is messing around, we're gonna always think that way. You know what I'm saying? And most of the time, it be true. So they got into an argument, not the same time, but later, because my mom picked up the phone bill and she looked at it, and then here she went starting shit with him. She used to start the shit all the time. You know how them Scorpion women is. She used to start the shit. And it was me and my brother there, Whiz Kid, and he didn't do anything. I don't know if he was in shock or what, but I saw my father grab my mom and pin her up against the refrigerator and had both of his hands like choking the shit out of her, you know what I'm saying? And I was sitting in a chair backwards, and right away I was like, "Oh no, this man is not going to do this to us. They just brought us up here, and now he's going to try to kill my mother. Who in the hell is going to take care of us?" So I just got up and I went to the kitchen sink and I grabbed this big ass knife and I walked up to him and I had it like like right here to his back. You can see, I'm showing you in the glass. And she happened to look up and she saw me, and she was like trying to say, they call me sis, you know. The reason for sis is, you know, they always said, in my grandfather on my mother's side, I'm the oldest, so I'm supposed to take care of my siblings. So my dad gave me that name sis from a little girl. So he was choking her. She couldn't even hardly talk like this. She couldn't talk. So she was like, sis. And now he turned around, he saw me. Oh my God, why did she do that? He just, well, at least he let her go. Thank God for that. He turned around, he grabbed my arm, my right arm, and he took the knife out of it. And he said, "Oh, you want to kill me now? Or you trying to kill me?" I said, "Well, you trying to kill my mother. Y'all just brought us up here and now you trying to kill my mother. I'm not going to let you kill my mother." So he took the knife out of my hand and he put the knife away. And that was that, you know what I'm saying? So I saved my mom's butt that day, you know what I'm saying? I saved her because I saw so many beatings in Barbados. There was one time he beat my mother and my mother ran. It was nighttime. She ran. And she ran out the house and she ran to this man's house, Mr. Rogers. He was Caucasian or mixed with Indian or something. I don't know. But, you know, he had nice pretty hair. They was very nice people. And they were well off, you know. They had nice big house and all of that kind of stuff. She ran and I don't know how she flew through that man's window. But they said they were him and his wife and his son, David. They were sitting in the living room watching TV. And something just came flying through their window and landed on their floor. And it was my mom. And they were, you know, consoling her and stuff like that. But, you know, my mom went through a lot. She went through a lot. And may God rest her soul and everything. I guess maybe the reason why she used to say those mean things like I wasn't going to amount to nothing. She worked hard, and I found out from my other siblings that she told them similar stuff. And we not going to, you know, it's like she didn't get to go to school, so we not going to, you know, advance in life either, you know. She had to work at a young age. She used to tell us a lot of, well, me personally she told, but the others said she said it to them too. And I believe, you know, she had all that anger inside of her. She didn't get to do things that she wanted to do. Her mom died when she was in her early 20s, you know, and she had me when she was in her early 20s, and then she just continued having kids. My uncle was trying to bring her up here for the longest. Every time you turn around, she was pregnant. And my great aunt, she's the one that one day she just told her, "Nope, you are going." So my mom was pregnant with my sister Sharice. Sharice recently passed away. And my great aunt, she bandaged her stomach. She bandaged my mom's stomach. And my mom came up here, and then a couple of months later, you know, Sharice was born up here. And And then I was angry now because here it is, making more kids. That's more work for me. Then before you know it, she was pregnant again with my youngest sister, Pam. Pam passed away back in 2010. And I was like, this woman just keep having kids, just having kids. And here it is, I got to keep taking care of them, taking care of them. But it wasn't as bad as it was in Barbados, you know what I'm saying? Because I used to have to really take care of me and the others that were there. And I was a mom before my time. I don't mean giving birth to a child, but growing up as the oldest one, got to take care of my siblings. My mom is at work, my dad going to work, and my mom was so much into the church. So, the church meant so much to her. But anyway, I learned a lot growing up, and I'm grateful that I did. I'm not grateful for some of the bad things that happened to me, but I'm just grateful that I made it through, and I have a strong heart, a positive mind, a kind heart, and I'm going to make sure that I keep striving, you know what I'm saying? And not fall into those kind of situations with men or whatever. Like my mom was in a relationship that was hell or whatever you want to call it. But, getting back to my aunt there, even though I kind of disliked her and stuff like that, I liked her in a way because I learned a lot. I learned a lot from her. I call myself the queen of spray starch because she used to use the starch. They take the cassava and they grate it, and then they whatever however they do it, and the starch comes from cassava. You know what I'm saying? And they squeeze it out and let it dry, and then you get the cassava powder. Get the powder, and then you can mix it with the water. So she used to starch her like jeans, clothes and stuff, and then she used to wash. She used to do all the washing, wash. They didn't have washing machine and stuff like that. And she used to have the pail in the backyard and this wooden board, and they would just rub the clothes on it, you know what I'm saying? And I learned how to use bleach and stuff. I'm the queen of bleach also, because I used to watch everything she did and used to have to help do it too. And that's how I learned about having white. I don't like dingy white clothes, you know what I'm saying? I always use bleach, and when she had a clothesline in the backyard, and clothespins, so I used to have to hang the clothes up so they can dry, so everything was uniform. And I learned that from there, you know what I'm saying? So I'm grateful, even though she's dead and gone, I'm grateful to her that I learned all of that, you know what I'm saying? All of that. So when I went to her house, I didn't have no problems with no man trying to get to me or screw me or nothing like that. I didn't have none of those problems. But I didn't stay there too long because my mom, she sent for us. So me and my brother were like the first ones to come. And we ate well at my aunt's house. We ate well at my mother's stepmother house too, but we ate well, It was like, it felt like we were rich, you know what I'm saying? Because she had television. She had a nice house. She didn't treat us like poor trash or nothing like that. You know what I'm saying? It was really nice over there. Just that it felt like a freaking jail because I couldn't go outside and play and stuff like that. The only time I played was when I went to school. You know what I'm saying? When I came home, I had to do chores, like clean out the pigsty. She had pigs, she had chickens, she had all sorts of different stuff. She had an orchard with different kind of fruits and trees and bananas, everything, peanuts. So, there was a lot of work to do. So, we used to be out there working our butts off, you know what I'm saying? Planting stuff and everything, and picking fruits and stuff like that. And, it was a great experience growing up, you know what I'm saying? If I had to do it all again, I would, but not none of the bad things, the good things. But that was part of my childhood growing up, you know what I'm saying? So I'm just grateful to God. And another thing, my mom used to make me stay home from school. What I liked about my dad, he used to let me go to school. Because my mom had favorites. She always favored my brother Wiz. And she used to let him go to school. He was the smartest. She used to let him go to school. And when my dad found out that I didn't go to school, he used to make him stay home and let me go to school. Because we had to stay home and watch the kids. So, I even though I went to high school, and one video I made recently, I said Mesquite High School. That's what we called it, but the real name of it was Industrial High School in St. Philip. Anyway, it's closed now, but yeah, I was in high school and stuff. But I really hated math. I know how to do math, but I didn't like math. English was my favorite subject. And, I took French and Spanish for like 3, 4 years. I don't really know that much in the language. But anyway, I know a few words, something. But anyway, because over there you have to learn a language, you know what I'm saying? You have to take a language. But, I went to school and stuff like that. We wore uniforms and stuff like that. But other than that, everything is okay. I came up here and I didn't really have no problems with nobody trying to sexually abuse me or nothing like that either. You know what I'm saying? It was just that time in Barbados. But, I'm good now. And something I want to tell you, parents out there, be careful. Don't let your kids sleep over, do overnight sleeping at friend's house or family member house or stuff like that in them pajama parties. Because these people, especially fathers, uncles, cousins, whatever you want to call them, they tell your kids not to sit on nobody's lap. They always want the kids to come sit on their lap. And guess what they be doing? They be feeling them up, touching them in areas they shouldn't even be touching them. You know what I'm saying? And the kid's so ashamed to say it. That happened to me before, you know what I'm saying, with an uncle. I'm not going to say his name, but he's dead. Well, I found out that he wasn't really my uncle. He was a cousin of the family. But anyway, and a friend of my uncle now, I went to a party one time and, this man, he busy with his hand under the table trying to touch me down there. You know what I'm saying? Come on now. And he's a grown-ass man. I don't know if he's still alive, but this was a friend of my uncle's. You know what I'm saying? But I didn't say nothing to nobody, because nobody's going to believe me anyway. But, the things that people do, I'm telling you, you know what I'm saying? But that's all that I went through up here. Well, that one with the friend. The uncle was in Barbados, but I'm just trying to say, do not let your kids tell your kids not to sit on nobody's lap. Please don't do that. Because this is where the shit starts. You know what I'm saying? They start doing shit to you, touching you up and all of this. Please don't do that, My stomach just is crawling right now just talking about it because it upsets me so much. But just be careful of your kids, please. Talk to your daughters, talk to your sons. They do it to boys too. Please save these kids from turning into adults where they turn out to be a son of Sam or Jeffrey Dahmer or one of those people out there that kill people, you know what I'm saying? Please, please, please. I'm just asking all you people out there in this world, please. And when your kids come to you telling you stuff, don't tell them they lying. They not lying. Listen to them, please, and help them. Don't push them away and tell them, oh, you're lying. Oh, no, he wouldn't do that. Oh, no, she wouldn't do that. You will be so surprised of the things that people that you know that you're so close to would do stuff to you or your kids. I'm serious. So stop playing a blind eye. Open your eyes, wake up, and smell the coffee. Stop chasing your kids away. Listen to them. Please listen to them. Well, this is JU-Ice. Want to say, enjoy your day. Keep smiling, keep shining. Those are Dionne Warwick songs. Those are Dionne Warwick's words. I just felt I needed to relieve my stress, relieve that off of my chest. You know what I'm saying? This is the kind of things that I've been walking around with, carrying around for years. You know, so being on a platform like this, you know, I can speak out. I can just speak out, and the whole world will hear me and maybe take some kind of heed from it and try to do better, protect the kids out there. You know what I'm saying? And the men and women that's being abused and stuff like that. You know what I'm saying? So, like I was saying, enjoy your day. Whatever it is that you like doing or want to do. Thank God that you woke up this morning. If you like my video, you can hit the like button. And please subscribe to my channel. This is JU-Ice saying peace out for now. Love you folks.